Hi, everybody. It's Mike. Part-time reselling in the Pittsburgh area, and time for What Sold This Week for December 27th, 2023. Was a busy week, as resellers hope it to be, because it is December, and had a pretty good week for me. Of course, a good week for me could be a bad day for a top reseller, but I'm just doing this part. Usual disclaimers, notes are over here, so I'll be looking over here a bunch of times. These are the things that sold. Doesn't mean that everything I buy magically resells for tons and tons of money like some other videos might lead you to believe. I have around 95 things listed on eBay, so that's 95 things that I bought or were given to me that have not sold, so I made zero profit on that. And stick around till the end. I'll show you the totals, including the profit minus the fees and the shipping and all that. Okay, this first one is a little explanation here. This Cuisinart work bowl. I bought a Cuisinart open box, new in the box, and I went to list it. And when I got to the final thing and said, yeah, go ahead and list it, eBay was like, this was subject to a recall. Make sure you don't have the one that was recalled. I'll put a link up in the corner of the video on that. And sure enough, of course, yeah, the one I had was subject to the recall. So I wasn't going to list the whole thing and decided to part it out. I bought this like a year and a half ago. It took me a while to finally sit down and part it out. Here's the piece that got recalled. I couldn't sell it. So this was the first piece that sold, this work bowl. Now, the price they came up with on how much it cost me, I just took the price that I paid for the whole thing, and then I would just say I have like 8 pieces, and I decided, well, this piece is only worth this much, and this piece is worth that much. So I kind of came up to a price of what I paid that would equal the full amount that I paid. I'm not explaining this well. So anyway, I'm going to put that down as a cost of $15 for me, and it sold for $38.84. So my profit there was $20.94. Okay, this Denny Ice Crusher, or maybe it's French and it's Denny Ice Crusher, I don't know. Got this at a church a festival thrift thing back a while ago. New in the box, $7 it cost me. It sold for $23.15. So my profit was $14.12. Back to another Cuisinart part. This detachable stem. This I put down as costing me $5, and it sold for $12.15. So my profit there was $5.15. So I'm just glad that those are kind of selling, because I was worried that I was going to lose all my money on buying that and not being able to part it out. This Dash Greek yogurt maker bonus pack with some travel mates and fro-yo pop thingies. Got this at a church thrift store for $5 and sold for $28.45. So my profit was $20.55. This Polar T34 transmitter, I got this in a lot with some other stuff at a local online auction. Came down to a price of $4.80, the cost, and sold it for $18.45. My profit there was $9.63. I maybe could get an extra $1 or $2 out of it, because it did sell in 1 or 2 days. So I might have underpriced myself a bit, but I'm just glad that it sold and I made some money off of it. That is the object, but the object is to make the most money that you can, but it's okay. This Kismet dice game from 1964. It's just like Yahtzee, but instead of getting a Yahtzee, you get a Kismet. So it's kind of cool. I like the dice in this one. Got this for a $1 at the church thrift store, I believe. Sold for $9.28. So my profit was $7.81. And that's another one that I did my classic mistake on. I looked it up when I was at the thrift store and thought, no, these are going for like $25, $30, and I can get it for $1. This is great. And then I get home and do more research. I'm like, I don't know what I was looking at. These aren't going for $25 or $30. So it was kind of depressing that it wasn't as much as I thought, but I still made money off of it and it still sold. So that was good. These Clear TV X71 indoor antennas, 2 of them with the manuals. This came from my girlfriend's dad. I don't know if they work. I don't know if they work at all, if the technology works. I'm not really sure, but the cost was zero because it came from my girlfriend's dad. Sold it for $12.64. My profit, $11.42, or his profit, or my girlfriend's profit. Somebody profited off of it. I'm not sure exactly who. The Firm Slim Solution Yoga Workout DVD. This was in the same lot with that polar transmitter thingy. This I put down as a cost of $2 and sold it for $8.13. My profit was $3.59. That's another one I probably could have put down for $9 or $10 or so, and it probably would eventually sold, but just glad that it did sell at all. Harmony 650 remote, the remote only. This came from that disastrous warehouse online auction that I bought a lot of stuff from, and a lot of stuff I shouldn't have bought. Maybe I'll do a video on the horrible things that I did buy, but this was one of the things that did sell. This was in a lot with a bunch of other stuff, so the cost was $1.97, and it sold for $24.45. So my profit there was $19.31. I haven't sat down and figured out the profit that I made on the stuff that did sell is going to cover the cost of the stuff that didn't sell and may never sell. It's kind of like those I don't want to know. So we'll just ignore it. That seems to work. From my girlfriend. I don't know if where this came from. It might have came from her mom, who passed away a number of years ago. I'm not really sure where these came from, but she's like, we tried some in the yard sale, they didn't sell. So she's like, try them on eBay. And they actually did sell these Crate and Barrel Reindeer Party Square plates, set of 4, and we threw in a reindeer oven mitt. Cost was $0, and they sold for $22.45. The profit there, $20.39. Okay, story behind this last one. As Greg Garrison brings the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast. Kids, ask your parents about Dean Martin. He was a pretty big deal. In case you don't know who that was. These came, from my girlfriend's dad, but they were originally my girlfriend's grandparents, and they gave them to my dad, and now we ended up with them. Some are new, some aren't. I got a message from somebody who said there's 26 of them. He's like, I only want 15 of them. Can you give me a price for just 15? I don't want to deal with that. So I just said, nah, I just really want to kind of sell them all at once. And they came back to me and said, well, how much for all of them? Can you give me a bit of a price break? And I usually start these things out kind of high, so I knew I was going to lower it. I think I did lower it already once. So I said, how about 58? And he said, okay, 58's good. Unfortunately, I did pay for shipping media mail, so it was around like $8 to go countrywide, not counting Alaska and Hawaii. So I figured, well, I'll pay for shipping. So there, my profit was $40.54. Of course, because I paid for shipping, it was a little less. But like I've been saying, just glad I sold. Okay, so that's it. So that was a lot of stuff, and a lot of that stuff sold late in the week, like Friday on, and Christmas was Monday. So I'm hoping those people weren't thinking that I was going to rush out to the mail, the post office, and get those to them by Christmas. Because once came Friday, it was like, all right, I'm done. I'm not doing anything else. So it sat there. But so I already got one feedback that the guy was happy he got it. So okay. Anyway, this is I'm dragging on here. Okay, so the totals, the cost for all those, $41.77. They sold for a total of $255.99. My profit after the fees and the shipping and the supplies and everything, $173.45. So that is a good week for me, of course. Fourth quarter, Christmas and everything. So you hope to have good weeks during the month of December. And December was a pretty good month, relatively speaking, for me. So that is good, and hopefully we'll get some good stuff going into the new year, and we'll start carrying on making some money. That's always the goal. But I do thank you for watching the video, and I do appreciate it, and I will talk to you later. Bye.